What's up, guys? So I made a part 1 video where I went over the runes versus certain champions. So watch that first. So this video is going to be about the items that you can build specifically against certain champions. So the first one up is going to be Fizz, Akali, and Echo. The first thing I did mention in the video is to go Nullifying Orb, right? Because it gives you like a mini Hexdrinker. But another thing that you can do is buy Hexdrinker, right? So that's, like, you know, spawn some golden. So when do you want to go this? Basically, you get your first item, right? You can literally complete the item, or what you can do is, let's say you get Dark, so you have enough damage, right? You have like tier 1 boots or whatever the fuck you have. And then, this is the part where you could buy Hexdrinker. So this part, this is where you have damage, and also you can't die, right? So you want to go this against, as I said, Fizz, Akali, Echo. And then you should not die, right? Because you have the Nullifying Orb and the Hexdrinker, right? But just be careful when you're buying this. Not to fucking die against like an AD champ, right? Because you got to realize that half your build at the moment, because it's early on, is you spent half the gold on Hexdrinker and half the gold on Dirk. So if you're versus like a Rengar, he's just going to one-shot you through this, because this is not going to actually help you, right? I mean, it gives you AD, but you get the point. So that's that. Another thing you want to note, like against Fizz and Akali, Echo, these melee champions, they can't really proc your Edge of Night as well, right? Because if it's versus like Orianna, what she can do is literally just throw Q on you from far. But if you're playing against like a melee assassin, AP, or just in general, right, you can go Edge of Night. So this is also good against Zed, where they rely on hitting like their combo on you. And by going this, you're basically blocking the initial damage. So an example would be Fizz using her ult, or his ult, I guess. It would be block, like you. Where's my Edge of Night shield? Anyways, as I was saying, I fixed the Edge of Night shield, guys. But obviously you don't want to just go with this site, because you don't want to sit on Edge of Night and Hexdrinker. But you know, obviously once you finish your Dust Blade or something, then you can get this Edge of Night. And basically you shouldn't die against Zed, you shouldn't die against Fizz, Akali, all these champions. This is going to help you against, you know, the AP assassins. This is going to help you block another item, ability. And there you go, that's that. Oh, one more thing actually. It helps you against Kiana as well, you know, because she can't jump into you and CC you or smash you against the wall and one-shot you. So it's really good against like these type of champions, right? Okay, another thing. So if you're against a champion that, like, you know, relies on her ultimate, so Zed is another champion where, you know, just all in, right? By going Axiom arc in team fights, you know, potentially, like you can see right here, it gives you 19 seconds of your ultimate cooldown. So then if you were to have another fight and you're both alive, your ult should come up before his, obviously, unless he has this as well. But you get the point. And this is like really good against like champions where you want your ult up before theirs. So this is another item that you can go specifically against certain champions. I mean, I always go this second at the moment, but that's that. And then last thing is, if you're against like a champion like Lissandra, I did write Vex, but the thing is, Vex does, like, you can go Hexdrinker against Vex because she does a lot of damage. But against like Lissandra, who else? Like a heavy CC, what you can do is you go Mercury Treads. The reason is they obviously do AP damage, so it gives you magic resist, but it also gives you tenacity. So if the enemy jungler is like fucking like Sejuani, where he does AP damage as well and he has a lot of CC, and then your opponent also has heavy CC, it would just make sense to go Mercury Treads. Obviously, it's nice to have the CDR, right? Or a swift, like, you know, movement speed. But later on, if you actually, you know, get caught and you get CC, like Lissandra flash R's you, you're going to die, right? So it's nice to have this, but some games it's just smarter to go the Mercury Treads. And the same thing with like play the Steel Caps, right? If they're full AD, you're against a Zed, you know, why not just go this, right? I mean, it's nice to have the CDR, but I'd rather survive and deal more damage that way. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions or any item like suggestions, just comment below, and peace.